Hi everyone, Diana Rankin here with your weekly psychic soul messages, and I don't know that we have any predictions this week. So let's see what we have. It is the 35th week of 2019, and this is for August 25th to the 31st. We will get a message from Phillip in our Oracle book here, and I do want to talk to you for I'm not going to give you a message exactly from Joy. I'm going to remind you of one of the messages and add a little bit to it. So welcome. We're going to get started right away here. I'm so glad you're here. If you're new to my weekly videos, thank you for coming. Those of you who come every week, thank you so much for coming and coming back. And thank you for your comments as well. I want to address a couple of things here, and then I'll read you what we talked to Phillip about this week. Excuse me. I want to first of all say, if you have a question for Phillip, please contact me. You can get me through my email, which is right below. And if it's a personal question, go ahead and call me and we'll set up a session for you. But so we can't really answer, is my relationship working? Should I take this job? We can't do that on the weekly messages. This is more general for all of us. And so if there's a universal question, let me know that you'd like me to address, and I'll do my best to address it. Now, that said, what I want to tell you is from this book, but only half of what I'm going to tell you is one of the processes in this book. And this book is 52 processes to make your life more joyful. And one of the things I tell you in there is, excuse me, even before you get out of bed in the morning, start singing. And you don't have to sing aloud, but you can sing, oh, what a beautiful morning, or what a beautiful day. And I do that in my head. If we reach over and grab our phones and start reading the news first thing in the morning, guess what kind of a day we're going to have? So in here also, I do talk about programming your sleep and telling yourself as you go to sleep, not only are you going to have a restful sleep, but you're going to have a wonderful day tomorrow. But I've kind of forgotten myself in that morning. And I recently read a study that said the first 30 minutes we're awake, our brains are really processing and our minds are picking up whatever that information is we're giving them. So if you want to have a better day, 30 minutes in the morning, and of course about that amount before you go to sleep, really program yourself to experience that joy. We program ourselves to worry. We program ourselves to get upset about the world. And we have a right to be upset, which is what we're addressing today. What I asked Phillip, I said, Phillip, there is so much fear and anger in our world today. We are doing our best to counter it with love, but it's overwhelming. We feel we're not doing enough, that we should be doing more, but we're exhausting ourselves. Help! We need your wisdom. And here's what Phillip tells us. The anger comes from fear. The human condition for many is to fear what may be around the next corner. These individuals are not yet able to take the hero or heroine's journey. They have not yet had enough experiences to know the perils are, in part, what makes the journey an adventure. Now, this does not mean to say their lives lack adventure. It is to say they have chosen to stay in one setting along the journey. This also does not mean these individuals are without pain. Their pain may be quite deep, but the fear of moving out of the wound is greater than the pain. The anger will continue as long as the fear remains. Those who have walked through the fear have a different life experience. You and those who work with you have learned it is not about never experiencing fear, but continuing the journey anyway. Your hearts have reached a point to where you must help those who are unable to face their wound, so they are unable to heal it. Thus, they stay locked in fear. And when we stay locked in fear, we bring harm to others. It is not that you are to address every issue that touches your heart. It may not be your role to work on any specific issue. As you explore and learn of your soul's mission, you may learn that your calling is to heal one issue, or you may learn your calling is to spend time in prayer and meditation. As you have written, the world needs both warriors and peacemakers, until neither are required for the world then lives in peace. Spread yourselves not too thin, for then you will harm yourself and accomplish little. In doing so, you add stress to the world when it is your heart's intention to add peace. As you learn more and more to live in love, you will find the small acts of kindness you give away, the smiles and laughter you give to the world. These are the ways to override the pain caused by those who are in pain themselves. Every time you see beauty in the raindrop and feel the expression of a cloud, you are loving the world. Do not set aside the good worth of what may seem a small gesture, a donation, a prayer, a thank you. These are the way of peace. So what Phillip is telling us, if we overwhelm ourselves with trying to do too much, we're actually countering what we would really want to add to the world. So my friends, step back, do what we can do, and let go of the rest with a prayer, a thank you, for those who can pick that up. I love you, my friends. I'm so glad you're here with us. Let's get our message from our Oracle book, which is the Master's Book of Answer by Phillip. And as you know, we just kind of flip through and think left page, right page. And I always tell you the opposite page, but our message is on either the left page or the right page. So as we flip through, there we come, and I'm hearing right page. So the right page is to think is to create. To think is to create. And that goes right along, imagine that, with our message today, that if we're overwhelmed and feeling guilty that we're not doing enough to counter the woes of the world, well, we're creating more woe in the world. So let's really let go of that. We're doing what we can. It is not for us, maybe, to go out and march in anger. Perhaps it is for us to sit quietly in meditation and see the world at peace. Whatever our role, know it's enough. Because remember, to think is to create. And on the other side it says, life responds to you as you believe it will. That's the left hand. Life responds to you as you believe it will. But our message is on the right. To think is to create. We have to create peace in our private worlds within us, and that is how we create peace in the bigger world. Easy? Oh my gosh, I wish I could tell you that these difficult days are behind us. I wish I could tell you it's going to get easier. My friends, expect a lot more turmoil for a while. Eventually we will see peace, or at least a more peaceful, calmer time. But right now, you know that wound has to be broken open. Because when we heal our own wounds like this is what causes the earthquakes in the world. So we have to open and heal the wound like this, letting the pus come out. Easy stuff? Oh gosh, no, not at all. That's why we band together and hold each other's hand. we can't do this alone. You know, one of my old teachers, Jean Houston, used to say, if you can do it alone, it's too small. This is big what we're doing, and we're doing it together. I thank you for holding my hand, for holding me. I thank you for walking with me, and I thank you for loving me, and I thank you for accepting the love that I'm sending out to you. Until next week.